welcome to our math lesson for today. Today we are going to be looking at lesson 1.6, and that our lesson is on comparing numbers, all right? So our first I can statement for today is I can use base 10 blocks to compare numbers. We're also going to be looking at the statement I can use greater than, less than, or equal to describe numbers, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I want to look at two numbers, okay? So here we go. My first number is 4, okay? My second number is 2, okay? Now, we are not looking at these two as a 2-digit number. We're looking at them as single digits just by themselves, okay? Now, I'm going to draw a picture of 4, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to draw a picture of 2. 1, 2. All right? Now, if I asked you which one of these numbers were bigger, we could look at our 1's cubes and we see that 4 has more 1's cubes than 2. So I'm going to use the sign greater than to describe the numbers. So I could read this as 4 is greater than 2, okay? I like to think of it as an alligator, and the alligator is super hungry and is wanting to eat the biggest number. So the alligator's mouth is always going to be open to the bigger number, okay? So we know that 4 is greater than 2, so we have that symbol, okay? Let's look at another one, all right? Here we go. Here we go. We're going to look at this one. I have the number 3 and the number 7. All right, I'm going to draw a quick picture. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, what can I put here? Let's think about this. How are we going to describe the numbers? I see that 3 has less dots than the 7. So I'm going to use the less than sign to show that 3 is less than 7, okay? Remember, there's that alligator mouth. It's always hungry, right? It wants to eat the biggest number. So we read this, 3 is less than 7, all right? Now, that was the easy one. That was the warm-up, right? Because we're past 1-digit numbers. Let's try some with 2-digit numbers, all right? Here we go. I have the number 13 and the number 21. Let's draw a picture to help us solve this problem. We have 1 10 rod and 3 1s. If I draw a quick picture of 21, I know that's 2 10 rods and 1 cube. Now, if we are looking at 2-digit numbers, we're always going to start with the biggest value digit, which is our number in the tens. I see that the number 13 has 1 10 rod and the number 21 has 2 10 rods. So what can I say about the numbers 13 and 21? Very good. I'm going to say that 13 is less than 21. So I'm going to write us a little cheat sheet over here, all right? This one means greater than, okay? And this one means less than, okay? So we read this as 13 is less than 21. All right, let's look at, we're going to get even harder. All right, so we said when we're looking at 2-digit numbers, we always look at the tens place to compare those two numbers. Well, we have been studying 3-digit numbers, right? We know we have a hundreds place, a tens place, and a ones place, okay? When we look at 3-digit numbers, we are going to compare those numbers by starting with the hundreds, which is the biggest digit in that number. So I'm going to write some numbers up here, and then we're going to compare them, okay? My first number is 352, and my second number is 216. Okay, so like Miss Gates said, we are always going to start in the hundreds, but the first thing I want to do is I'm going to draw a picture of my numbers. Okay, so I know I have 300, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 52, and I have 216. Okay, now where did Miss Gates say we were always going to start? Very good. We're always going to start with the hundreds, okay? Now, if I look at my picture, I know that I have 3 hundreds in this number, and I have 2 hundreds in that number. Which one of my hundreds is greater? Very good. 3 hundreds is greater than 2 hundreds. So we know that 352 is greater than 216. And remember, if you can't remember which way the sign goes, always make the mouth open to the biggest number. All right? Now, so that one was pretty easy. 3 is greater than 2. Let's try another one. All right? Sometimes when we have a number, okay, so sometimes when we have a 3-digit numbers that we're comparing, I'm going to show you, your hundreds digit might be the same. Like in these two numbers, 272 and 254, okay? So I'm going to draw a picture to start with, okay? So here we go. 100, 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, okay? 272. And then over here, I'm going to draw a picture of this one. 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we always start in the hundreds place. 2, 2. What do we notice? 1, 2, 1, 2. They're the same. So I can't compare 2 and 2 because those numbers are equal. So what we have to do next is we have to move it on over and we have to compare the number that is in the tens place. Okay, so let's look at this. I know in 272, there are 7 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In 254, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10 rods. Okay, what can we say about 7 and 5? Which one is greater? 7 is greater, that's right. So we're going to open our mouth to the bigger number. 272 is greater than 254. Okay? But what happens if the numbers have the same digit in the hundreds and the tens? Make a guess. What's going to happen if we have a number like this? What is going to happen? Look at this. The number's the same in the hundreds place. The number's the same in the tens place. What are we going to do? You are so smart. We're going to move it on over to the ones place. And that's where we're going to compare. So let's draw our picture. 300, 21, and 300, 20, whoops, that's not 20, that's 2. Whoops, 24. always look in the hundreds first. 3 and a 3. Can we compare that? Nope, we cannot because it's the same. So then we move it on over to the tens. 2, 2. Can we compare that? No, we have to move it on over. Move it on over. 1 10, 4 tens. Which one of those is greater? Very good. It's going to be this 4 because I know that 4 is greater than 1. Now, I have to make my alligator's mouth open to the biggest one. Is 1 the biggest or is 4 the biggest? Very good. So my mouth is opening this way because this is my bigger number. And then I read this as 321 is less than 324. All right? So, we learned a lot just then. And now you're going to have a chance to practice on your whiteboard. So go ahead and grab your whiteboard, and I'm going to put some problems up here, and I want you to practice, okay? Here we go, okay? Our first numbers that we're going to compare is 144, and then I'm going to draw my circle in the middle so that I can draw my sign in there, 244. Okay, draw a picture under each one. Start in the hundreds place and compare them, and then add your sign, okay? Pause your video and come back when you have your answer, okay? All right, here we go. We have 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 144. We have 200, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, remember we always start in the biggest place value, which is the hundreds in this case. We have 100 and 200s. Where should my alligator's mouth be open to? It should be this way, and we read that 144 is less than 244. All right, here's problem number 2. Are you ready? $354 is blank 357. All right, here we go. You're going to draw your picture. You're going to start in the hundreds. If that one doesn't work, move to the tens. If that one doesn't work, move to the ones. And then put in your sign, okay? Pause your video. Get to work and jump back in when you're finished. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 354. 1, 2, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, we're going to start with our hundreds. They're the same. Where did you have to go? Move it on over. 50, 50. They're the same. Where do we have to go? Move it on over. 4, 7. Can we compare those? Yes, we could. 4 and 7. Which way does our mouth need to open? Very good. So we say 354 is less than 357. All right, we got one more practice problem. Here we go. 275 is blank 248. All right, I'm going to let you do this one all on your own. We're going to see if we get it right. So pause your video, work it out, and come back. All right, did you do it without any hints from Miss Gates? Let's see. 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 200. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, 20, 30, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, did you start in the hundreds? They're both worth 200. Did you go next door? 70, 40. Can we do that one? We sure could. We also know that 70 is greater than 40, so my mouth should be open this way. Great job, guys. Okay, you have a game that you're going to be able to play with this one, okay? You are going to use the same digit cards that you used yesterday. So your purple cards that you used yesterday, you're going to use again today for this activity, okay? Then player one is going to pull out 3 cards, similar to what we did yesterday, and you'll make a 3-digit number, okay? Then player 2 gets to pull out 3 more cards, and you put them in order, okay? Then you have to compare your numbers. You'll have to circle, is player 1's number greater than, less than, or equal to player 2's number? And then you just clear your boards and you can play again. You can play as many times as you want to, practicing our skill of greater than, less than, or equal to. All right? Once you have played your game, you are going to complete page 1.6 in your workbook, okay? On these 2 rows on the top, you're going to just use the symbols greater than, less than, or equal to fill in those bubbles, just like we've been doing here, okay? Down here in this middle section, you get to get creative. You get to come up with a number that makes those sentences true. Be careful with your signs. You need to see if it's a greater than sign, that means this number needs to be bigger. If it's a less than sign, it needs to be smaller, okay? Then you're going to circle the correct statement to make those true. And down here, you're going to compare each set using greater than, less than, or equal, but you're going to have to figure out what does that number mean. It's written in expanded form, and you need to figure out what is that number in standard form before you can fill in that bubble, okay? All right, have a great day, and you guys submit this to Miss Gates on Seesaw when you're finished. Bye, guys.